All right, good morning, Junior Gold fans. Here live on the Shields Ring tonight. As Moorhead with the rematch against Hill Murray. And face-off underway and dumped into the zone. And we quickly got an icing. You're going to get in the picture the whole time. So face-off coming down to the Moorhead zone. Chase Olsen in net for the Spuds today. Skate wins the face-off back to Orzeka. Ring around attempt. Goes the distance. They're saying it was tipped, so no icing. Hill Murray will chase it down on their own end. Tackle skates by. Hill Murray corrals it. Stolen away by Braden Chandler. Chandler working off in the corner, gets pinched off. Now poke checked away. And Hill Murray able to clear up through center ice. Step up by Warzeka on the veil. In on his own shot. Saved by Chase Olsen. And a little mini breakaway. Spuds try to clear. Hill Murray unable to hold it at the blue line. Now dump back. Krebs will pick it up behind the goal. He rings it around and out. Hill Murray will dump it in as they give Spuds have to get onside. That lead pass too far for everybody by Krebs. And that'll go the distance for icing as well. So just a minute 15 into the first period. No score. Face-off coming back down in the Moorhead zone. Walter Gustafson in to take the face-off. He's got Carter Lee on one wing, Brody Johnson on the other. Good to see Brody back in the lineup here after he missed the third period of yesterday's game. Larson spins it around to the near far side and up away does Carter Lee. Carter Lee, 2-on-1. Quick shot there. Walker saved there by the goaltender for Hill Murray. Turnover at the blue line. They quickly throw it on net, and Chase will glove that and hang on to it for a whistle. Face-off controlled by Hill Murray up at the point. Now they'll dump it in along the boards. Carter Lee there to pinch it off. And Carter Lee finally pokes it through. Brody Johnson in on the chase. Now Carter Lee picks up the loose puck. He's in all alone. Throws a sharp angle shot. Walker save there, and Hill Murray's back out through neutral ice the other direction. Larson pushes it forward wide. Centering pass, slips through everybody. Quick shot there. Rebound up top. Soren Cluck races off to the races. He's fresh off the bench. Cluck will dump it in deep. And Hill Murray exits the zone at neutral ice. All stolen away by the Spuds. Cluck with it. He feeds it over to Cook. Cook in on the forecheck down low. Hill Murray rings it around to the near side, right below us. Orzeka pinches in along the boards. He's able to hold, but controlled by Hill Murray. And back up through center ice. Hill Murray takes a shot. That's deflected into the corner. Hill Murray was in making changes. Now the Spuds up through center ice. Picked up by Eli Skank. Skank with numbers 3-on-2. Drops it for Cook. Cook. He tried to find Cook or Cluck on the back door, but that pass was deflected up into the air. Now Skank tries to dump it in low. Krebs steps up and holds it in at the blue line. Soren gets brushed off the puck behind the net. And Hill Murray finally controls and exits out. Up through center ice, dumps it in at the red line. Now battle for it in the corner. Orzeka tries to clear, and shot from the point deflects up into the netting for a whistle. 11:19 left here in the first period, no score. Face-off coming to the left of Chase Olsen. Looks like Gustafson will step in to take this face off. He's got Chandler and Packle with him. No Monroe Judd here today, as he's got another activity going on. Sarin and Larson at the blue line. Hill Murray comes out with it at the point. Pressured. Larson blocks that pass. Hill Murray throws it on net. Chase Olsen deflects it into the corner. Chandler sends it behind the net. Now spun around to the far side. Hill Murray. And we got a whistle. Net off its spot, I'm guessing. So net comes off its pegs for a moment. We'll get another face-off here, down to the right of Chase Olsen. Puck tied up in the centerman's feet. Poke free by Braden Chandler. He gets it up ahead to Packle. Packle tried to feed it back to Braden Chandler, but that went off a skate. Good idea there. Just couldn't get it through the wickets. Now Krebs will pick it up. He'll spin around with Warzeka. Warzeka leaves it for Chandler. Chandler gives it up to Gustafson, who hands it off to Packle. And Packle will dump it in deep. Chandler hustles to it. Now Packle in on the forecheck. Working here down low below it. It's a poke checked away. Hill Murray now works it in low behind their goal. Krebs unable to hold at the blue line, and Warzeka will chase it down at center ice. Warzeka throws it, goes off the referee along the boards. Now Warzeka steals that away. Now Warzeka leads 2-on-2 with Packle. Packle tries to throw a shot on net from a sharp angle. That's deflected. Now Krebs picks up the loose puck. He gets it poke checked away. And now the puck comes loose to the near side and out the center ice for Krebs. Warzeka will bank it off the glass and in. Hill Murray sends it back. Warzeka cross-ice pass. Deflected for a moment. Now kicked ahead by Brody Johnson and back by Hill Murray. Now Warzeka sends it back in. Little Marco Polo here over the neutral zone. Step up by Krebs. Forces an errant pass by Hill Murray. Now they pick it up and they carry it into the offensive zone. Centering pass. Cutter down the middle, just missed it. And that puck is deflected up and over the glass. And out of play. And penalties forthcoming, I believe, as I've seen the official's arm raised. And it's Eli Skink going to the box. Holding? I think I seen holding was the call. Not really sure. There was a pile up of players in the corner. So 8:39 left here in the first period, and Hill Murray will go on the first power play of the morning. Gustafson in to take the face off. He wins it back. Larson, first one to it, and Larson will clear all the way down the length of the ice. Brody Johnson puts the pressure, makes the goaltender make a pass. Now Hill Murray enters into the zone. That shot blocked by Caden Larson. Now they set up their power play. Walk up. Pass there. Slides through the crease into the near corner. Now Hill Murray from below the goal line. Out to the point. Now back down low into the opposite corner. Up to the face-off circle. Pass dropped off down below. That shot blocked again by Larson. 2 saves for Larson so far in this power play. Centering pass. Shot and save by Chase Olsen. What a save by Chase as he got his arm. Brody Johnson got leveled from behind. Now Hill Murray at the point. Shot. Save again by Olsen. He does not have a stick right now as the stick got knocked out of his hand. And finally cleared out to center ice. Hill Murray retreats to their own zone. He chip it up into the zone. Klosterman will hustle to it. Hill Murray there to pick it up on the support. Klosterman and Krebs working in down low. Hill Murray back out to the point. 11 seconds remaining here in the power play for Hill Murray. Major battle down front. Centering pass, shot, save, and covered up by Olsen. And Chase Olsen does a little snow angel in the crease. And that all happens just as the Moorhead penalty expires. A couple nice saves there by Chase Olsen on the power play or in the penalty kill. And Spuds back to full strength here with 6:37 remaining in the first. Shot there on net. Chase will glove that and hang on to it. Skankin to take this face off. Loose puck, picked up by Cluck. He gets it up ahead to Packle. Packle tries to feed to Chandler. Now they battle for the loose puck here at the near board. Skank sends it back towards Zeka, who starts to play up through center ice for the Spuds. Krebs steps up into the play. Krebs steps up. He tries a backhanded shot as he goes down. Packle up towards Zeka, where Zeka's shot that hit the Hill Murray skate up front. And now penalty coming up. And Krebs is already headed to the box. He already knew what his call was. So Krebs goes to the box for slashing. So Hill Murray back on the power play here with 6:05 remaining. Face off loose in the corner. Skank working along the boards. Hill Murray comes out with it. Shot there and score. Centering pass went off of Klosterman up front off his skate and in pops over Chase Olsen's pad. And Hill Murray there with a power play goal. Just 6 seconds into that power play. So unfortunate bounce there. Every defenseman's had that one where a deflection off themselves goes in their own net. So Gustafson in to take the face off now at center ice. Klosterman goes cross ice over to Larson. Larson tips it out to center ice. Hill Murray with control. That pass gets through everybody. They're saying it's tipped, so no icing. Centering pass. Blocked by Klosterman. Now Cardali working in the corner. Hill Murray trades it out front. Now Klosterman tries to clear, and finally Walter Gustafson gains control. Gustafson up ahead to Cardali. That passes out of his reach, and that's going to be icing on Moorhead. 5:08 remaining here in the first. Face off coming back down to the Moorhead zone. Loose puck out the face-off. Quick shot there, saved by Chase Olsen. Carter Lee looks for a lob pass up ahead to Brody Johnson. Defender for Hill Murray there to recover. Now Brody works winger and loose. Gustafson, catch Carter Lee. His shot, backhander, gets tied up in a Hill Murray skate. Quick shot there. Brody Johnson backhands one in low. Now rings around to the far side. Sarian's there to pick it up. He dumps it out, gets past Walter. And long stretch pass, gets past everybody. And that one's not icing for some reason. Moorhead, unable to connect on the pass out of their zone. Warzeka able to push it free. Well, Hail Mary will settle things down and work on their entry level. Warzeka steps up to steal that away. Warzeka up ahead on his own. Quick shot there. Stick to the corner by the goaltender for Hail Mary. Now it's loose. Larson steps up, but Hail Mary able to pick it up and skate out with it. Skank spins around and sends it back the other direction, and Cook will dump it in. Good chase. That pass tipped by Cluck. Cross ice pass misses everybody. Klosterman will pick it up. He'll bank it out to center ice, and Hail Mary will spin around, recover back in their own zone. Hail Mary works up through center ice. They skated in, quick shot there. Chase will save that and hang on to it for a whistle. 3:23 left here in the first period. Hail Mary leads 1-0 over the Spuds on a first period power play goal. Hail Mary loses control of the blue line. They have to recruit back down the center ice. Larson into the Hail Mary player off low, centering pass out front. Cleared by the Spuds, and away comes Spackle. Spackle up to the red line, dumps it in. Chandler hustles to it. Chandler working in the corner, along with Gustafson. Now Larson steps up. Huge sharp angled shot there. Pass got right off, tipped off a Spackle's stick as he had a back door wide open net if he could have put his stick on it. Larson tries to bank it off the boards, but the official gets in the way. Loose puck there. Shot saved by Tolson. And Spud's able to clear. And this one will get the distance for racing. Bringing the face off all the way back down in the Moorhead zone. To the left of Chase Olson. Lozeka banks it off the boards. Hail Mary shoots it in on net, and Chase deflects that up into the netting. Out to the point, poked away by Carter Lee. He's got a breakaway. Carter Lee in all alone. Shot, save. And gloved out of midair. The goaltender made a blocker save. The puck hung in midair. Lee took a shot out, swipe at it. The goaltender gloved that and hung on to it. First good opportunity there for the Spuds this morning. Walter wins it back to Carter Lee. Lee dumps it in behind the net off the glass. Brody Johnson in on the forecheck. Now Hail Mary sends it to the other side. And they work it up through center ice. Shank intercepts it, dumps it in. Now Brody just dumps it behind him. Picked up by Carter Lee just missed it. Just out of his reach. And Hail Mary back down the other direction. Warzeka hustles to it, but that's an icing coming up against Hail Mary, bringing the face-off all the way back down. Minute 45 left here in the first period. Spuds trail by 1. Eli Skank in to take the face-off. He wins it over to Carter Lee. Carter dumps it in behind the net. Hail Mary controls, intercepted by Carter. Shot there, another blocker save by the goaltender for Hail Mary. Now Lee leaves it down low for Skank. Hill Murray controls up through center ice. Centering pass goes through everybody and chipped out up ahead is Skank. Skank in all alone. Shot. Another save by the goaltender for Hill Murray. Skank went to the backhand but couldn't get it up over the pad. And that one has set the distance for another icing against Hill Murray. 1 minute remaining here in the first period. Walter wins it back. Warzeka chips it in low. Now comes the Larson. Pitching in along the air boards. Now Warzeka gets to it. Warzeka now working in down low. Pluck. Rips one wide of the net. Now Cook from behind his own net. Gets it up to Larson at the point. Larson, the near side to Warzeka. Warzeka shot and swallowed up by the Hill Murray goaltender. Face off controlled by Hill Murray. He chipped up along the boards. Larson there to hold of the blue line, but picked up by Hill Murray and worked their way through center ice. Warzeka tipped that away. Hill Murray back the other direction. Pushed off by Larson. And Gustafson gets it up the head to Packle. Packle stops, spins, shot. Just wide. Larson tries to throw it in low, and that will be the end of period number one. So, after one complete period of play, Hill Murray leads Moorhead 1-0. We'll take a quick 1 minute timeout here and be right back with period number two. All right, back here ready for period two action between Moorhead and Hill Murray. Goaltenders have switched ends. Skank in to take the faceoff. Hill Murray controls. They walk through, quick shot there, rebound. Hill Murray player unable to get a stick on it. Moorhead not able to clear. Hill Murray holds at the blue line. Now up front. That shot got deflected wide by Warzeka. Now out of the point. Hill Murray sends it cross ice. Warzeka leads it. Skank will pick it up. Now it's in down low. Skank's pinched up against the boards. This ain't looking good. Backhander there goes up over the net. A lot of spuds standing around. Bill Murray dumps it in deep. Warzeka chips it along the boards. Now he tries to kick it free, and he gets tripped up. He stands back up. Now the puck is freed up, and Krebs will throw it out of play. So Walter steps in to take this face off. Puck's loose along the boards. Out to the point. Shot there on net. And Chase will swallow that one up for another face off. Moorhead looking a little sluggish this morning. Not winning too many puck battles and puck races. A steal there by Brody Johnson. He chips it away. Carter Lee in on the forecheck. Hale Murray rings it around to the near side. And punch free. Klosterman will hustle to it. Klosterman behind his own net. Now he leaves it for Larson. Larson back to Klosterman. Walter picks up the loose puck and gets it on the wing to Carter Lee. Carter Lee flips it out to center ice. That pass knocked down by another penalty coming up against Moorhead. Carter Lee is going for slashing. So, third power play of the morning for Hale Murray as Carter Lee goes to the box for slashing. Puck in to take the face off. Hale Murray controls up at the point. Now they work it in low. Back out to the top of the key. Centering pass. That's poked away by Krebs. But Hale Murray recovers. Two guys out of the top. Turn in. Shot. Saved by Olsen. So Larson and Klosterman will come out now, along with Skank and Cluck. Try to kill off this power play for Hale Murray. Hale Murray, cross ice to the far blue line. Hale Murray skates it down to the near side, back out to the point. Shot there, saved by Olsen. Loose puck on the board, on the post. But Chase is there to hold his foot on the post and keep it out. Great play there by Chase Olsen. Moorhead already looking extremely tired this morning. No jump. Hale Murray controls up at the point. Shot there, goes wide into the near corner. Larson pokes it free. Hale Murray able to gain some possession of it. Now back at the point. He's looking in the far corner. Larson pinches the player off the puck. Klosterman tries to clear. Hale Murray first to pitch in on the board. Now centering pass, held up, and Braden Chandler there to pick it up and clear the length of the ice. .30 seconds remaining here in the power play for Hale Murray. Hale Murray works the way up through center ice, poke checked away by Walter Gustafson. Hill Murray retreats back to their own zone. Braden Chandler on the back check steals it away. And Braden will send it the length of the ice. 3 seconds remaining here in the penalty to Carter Lee. And Spuds back to full strength. Good kill there by the Spuds. Now working their way up through their own zone. Pestered by Packle. Hill Murray all the way runs it in deep. Now Packle will finally steal it away. Packle will steal it up through center ice. Now Spuds got numbers 3-on-1. Leaves it to Chandler, 2-on-0. Shot, save, and Packle couldn't get a rebound off. Where Zeka steps up, loose puck. He throws it in off a defenseman. Centering pass gets through Warzeka. He'll retreat from it. Throw it in on net. That goes off some more bodies up front. And Hill Murray able to clear. Krebs hustles down for it. Delayed penalty coming up against Hill Murray. And slashing is the call. Number 20 for Hill Murray going to the box. So with 10:05 remaining here in the first period, Spuds go on their first power play opportunity of the morning. So a little momentum there off the penalty kill. Spuds had a 2-on-0 with Packle and Chandler. The goaltender there to make the save. Skank, Lee, and Brody Johnson in with Krebs and Warzeka on this power play unit for the Moorhead. Loose puck down low. Hill Murray picks it up and clears. Olsen, get off the boards and leave it for Krebs. Krebs banks it off the glass. Not much of a outlet pass. Hill Murray controls, stolen away, quick shot, scored! Beautiful work down low by Brody Johnson. As Hill Murray had possession, he stole the puck away, fed Skank on the front door, and Skank slips it by the goaltender, and the Spuds get on the board, tying it up 1-1 on a power play goal from Eli Skank. Hill Murray off the face-off. Buried in deep. Quick shot there, and Olsen there to save it. Face-off loose along the board. Hill Murray tries to clear. Hill Murray holds it into the blue line. Now it's loose along the side of the net, and Olsen dives out, cover it up. .9:21 left here in the second period, all knotted up at one apiece. Chandler in to take this face off on the backhand. He races to it. Clear, all the way backside. Shot saved by Case. Larson banks it up along the board. Hook shot there. Another save by Olsen. Bud struggling to get control of the puck in their own zone and able to clear. Krebs and Warzeka come back out for the Spuds on the blue line. Shot there on net and saved by Olsen. Spuds need to learn how to win a faceoff here. Face-off one back. Walter tips it to the far side for Warzeka. Warzeka up to Packle. Packle hands it off to Warzeka. Up to Gustafson up through center ice. Walter up to the red line, dumps it in. Tackle, steals it away. Now he tries to chip up along the boards to Krebs. Krebs banks it off the glass, down low to Chandler. Chandler skating around, looking for some passing lanes. Now Gustafson sends it out to the point to Krebs. Krebs throws it in wide of the net. Chandler on the back door. Gustafson. Gustafson was looking to stuff it in, but the net comes loose and a whistle with an ensuing face-off. 8:25 remaining here in the second period. Krebs steps up to hold at the blue line. Bill Murray gains control. They clear it up through center ice. Poke checked away by Warzeka. And Cook with a loose puck. Cook gets it up ahead to Packle. Packle's shot wide of the net. Rings around to the near side where Cook will get to it. He'll try to chip it in. Bill Murray chips it out. Played by a stick by... Now Cluck up ahead. 2-on-1 with Packle. Cluck's shot goes wide. All the way back down to Warzeka. Over to Krebs. Up ahead to Cluck. Cluck will chip it in. Packle unable to pick up the loose puck, and Hill Murray able to clear. They'll chip it up from beyond the red line, and that'll be an icing coming up against Hill Murray. Bringing the face-off all the way back down to Hill Murray zone. Gustafson in to take this face-off. Face-off poked free by Hill Murray. All the way down. Larson will race to it. Quick shot there and a save by Chase. Drop pass. That's shot high up over the end of the glass. Now Durkin down low. Hill Murray cross right to the blue line. Pressure by Brody Johnson. Now Sarian with it. He'll chip it up along the boards. And poked free by Carter Lee. Out of his reach. The defender for Hill Murray will get to it first. He'll bring it around the board to the near side. Stolen away by Gustafson. His centering pass taken away by Hill Murray. Now up, stepped up by Larson. Brody Johnson's pass to Sarian got tipped away by Hill Murray to Claire. Hill Murray loses an edge at the blue line, and Brody Johnson goes cross ice. There's nobody there but Hill Murray players. Hill Murray back the other direction. They send it in from the red line, and that's another icing. 6:13 remaining here in the first. All done up at one apiece. Stankin to take this face off. It's in his seat. He hustles to it behind the boards. Try to feed it to Packle. He gets brushed off the puck, and Hill Murray up able to come through and clear out the center ice. Now stolen away by Braden Chandler. Chandler dumps it back out the center. Hill Murray dumps it in deep. Well, Moorhead gains control as Hill Murray had to touch up. Warzeka. Didn't see Elaney like. Now he gets up to Krebs. Krebs chips it up ahead. Chandler chips it into the zone, but Hill Murray picks it up and starts back the other direction. Poke checked away by Warzeka. Shot there, saved by Olsen. Packle with the puck behind his own net. Loses it to the far boards. And we're getting Interference call coming against Krebs again. So Moorhead goes back on the penalty kill as Krebs goes in the box for interference. Gustafson comes in to take the face off. Loose puck picked up and cleared by Klosterman. Puck will roll all the way down the distance of the ice. Bill Murray picks it up behind their own net. Up through center ice. Bill Murray works to set up their power play. Centering pass. Big save there by Olsen and cleared by Brody Johnson. Nice little one-timer off, feeding the guy off the slot. Now Hammerling back up ahead again. Pressured by Brody. Drop pass at the blue line. Now they come to the near side. That pass off the mark. Good hustle by Brody Johnson. Deflects that pass just for a moment. Now Hill Murray sets it up in the far corner. Centering, they're looking back to the back door on this corner. That goes through the crease. And Brody Johnson blocks that pass and kicks it out to center ice. 50 seconds remaining here in the power play for Hill Murray. Johnson goes to the box. Puck replaces him. Hill Murray takes it in low. That pass off the mark. Gustafson hustles to it, and Walter Gustafson sends it the length of the ice. 30 seconds remaining here in the power play for Hill Murray. Hill Murray up ahead through the zone. They throw a shot on net, but that's blocked by Warzeka. Quick shot there. Stick to the corner by Chase Olsen. Larson picks it up behind the net. Now gets the poke checked away. Centering pass. Picked up, and Walter able to clear it out to center ice, and he's got to get to the bench. He is exhausted. And Moorhead back to full strength. Nice step up there by Warzeka to deflect that pass away. He chips it out to center ice. Chandler leaves a pass, but that's no one's there to see that one. Hill Murray picks it up in the neutral zone. Poke checked away by Braden Chandler. Braden Chandler chips it along the boards. Hill Murray comes to the near side, skates it up through center ice. And offsides on Hill Murray. So the faceoff will come down right below it. Skank will tap his face off. Eli chipped it up ahead. Him and Carter Lee both give chase. The goaltender comes out to play it because it was rolling on net. Now Hill Murray back the other direction. Drops the pass there. Centering pass. Nice deflection away by Warzeka. That was a wide open back door for Hill Murray, but Warzeka intercepted that pass. Now along the near boards here right below us. Krebs banks it off the glass. Carter Lee continues to battle on the boards, and he finally able to chip it out to center ice. Brody Johnson on the hustle. Poke checked away for just a moment. Skank picks up the loose puck. Skank hands it off to Brody. Brody unable to get a handle of that bouncing puck, and Hill Murray able to control out at center ice. They'll dump it in from the red line. Krebs will step up along the boards. Three Spuds working along the boards. Tackle steps up. He drops it off, but nobody there, but Hill Murray defenseman. He'll dump it in deep. Now Warzeka leaves it to the near side for Krebs. The Spuds seem to struggle, and now Warzeka is going to get a penalty. And touched up by Skank. Roughing's the call. So, a minute 14 left here in the second period, and Hail Mary back on the power play again. Braden Chandler in to take this face off. Hail Mary wins it back. Benchman steps up and carries it in low. Now they go cross ice to the other far corner. Out to the point. Back down to the corner. Centering pass. Shot and scored. It was just a matter of time. Too many power plays for Hail Mary. And Moorhead finally pays for it. And Hail Mary leads 2-1 on another power play goal. Hail Mary tips it up ahead. Tackle on the forecheck. Klosterman. Speed pass up ahead to Chandler. Chandler and Moorhead's offside. 39 seconds remaining here in the second period. Gustafson in to take this face off. He wins it forward into the zone. Hail Murray able to clear. Gustafson pokes it back into the Hail Murray zone. Hail Murray rings it around to the near side. Tackle. Hands it off to Klosterman. Klosterman shot. It goes wide. Now Larson dumps it in low. Tries to hand it off to Chandler. Hail Murray takes it away. Quick shot there. Save. Shot and save there on the back door as Gustafson tried to step out front and throw one up top. With 3 seconds remaining here in the second period. Walter will take this face off. That's loose, and that's the end of period number 2. So after 2 complete periods of play, Hail Murray leads Moorhead 2-1. We're going to go on pause here for about 10 minutes for the Zamboni break, and we'll come back for the third and final period here from the Shields rink. Hail Murray leads Moorhead 2-1. All right, here we are, back of the Seals rink for period number 3 between Hill Murray and Moorhead. Hill Murray with a 2-1 lead. All goals in this contest have all been power play goals. One in the first period by Hill Murray, one in the first period by Moorhead, and one in the second period by Hill Murray late in the period to go ahead 2-1. Skank in to step up, take the face off. We've got Packle and Chandler with him. Hill Murray sends it down, Krebs, cross ice, over to Packle. Packle dumps it in. Icing is waved off. Thought I heard one official say ice, but the other one waved it off. Kozeka steps up to hold it in, but lead pass up ahead. Poke checked away by Krebs. Now Hill Murray back to center ice. They spin around, enter the zone. Sharp angle shot there, deflected up high off of Chase Olsen. Now out to the point. Out front, steps through. Quick shot there, another save by Olsen. Now Warzeka from behind the net. That one goes off the ref. And poked away by Chandler. Chandler with Packle. They got a 2-on-1 opportunity. Oh, Chandler left that pass behind Packle. Nothing he could do with it. Well, Hill Murray back the other direction. Larson, unable to corral the loose puck. Does recover and get to it, but Hill Murray pinches in and holds into the blue line. Centering pass. Nice block there by Walter Gustafson to get a stick on that centering pass. Now Hill Murray. Centering pass out front. That gets through everybody. That'll come all the way down to Hill Murray's zone. Their goaltender will play it. Now they've worked their way up through center ice. Battle on the near corner. Lee out to it. He gets brushed off. Centering pass. And Packle picks up the loose puck. Packle up ahead. Packle sidesteps one. Shot and score! Jamison Packle. Nothing fancy, but he waited out the defenseman and just kind of skated around him. Goaltender gave him a little near post net to shoot at, and Packle scores for the Spuds, tying it up at 2-2. Face off, kick back to Klosterman. He loses it. And Hill Murray swats it on net, where Chase will play it and hang on to it for a whistle. Buds try to chip it up along the near boards. Tussle of players. And defenseman from Hill Murray will throw it on net. Chase will squeeze that in the glove. Back out to the point. Hill Murray goes cross ice. Shot on net there, goes wide of the net. And rung all the way out to the neutral zone. Cross ice pass off the mark. Krebs steps up. Krebs hands it off to Carter Lee. Lee back to where Krebs. Now Lee will just dump it in. Step up there by Cook. He takes a tumble. There's kind of a shin-on-shin action there. Shot on net. And Olsen will glove that and hang on to it as Cook limps his way over to the bench. He went chasing after the puck. It looked like kind of a shin-on-shin type action. Gustafson wins it back. Krebs tries to chip it out. Hill Murray holds at the point. Now Warzeka will chase him down in the near corner. Hill Murray back up top. Cross ice to the point. That shot goes wide. Now Gustafson gets it up ahead to Packle. Packle up ahead. Got the defenseman turned around. Shot scored! Jamison Packle with number 2 on the period. And just like that, Spuds get their first lead of the game, going ahead 3-2. Packle got the defenseman turned around. Quick shot, high glove side, beats the goaltender, and the Spuds now lead 3-2 with 11:37 left here in the third period. Bill Murray gets it up to the far side. Larson pitches it off. Larson battles along the boards. And finally chipped free by Chandler. Now Chandler has an odd man break here from Braden Chandler. Packle tries to swat it out of midair. Now Sarian steps up and dumps it low. Chandler overskates it, and Hill Murray with a long lead pass up ahead. Sarian back to cut that off. Centering pass, shot, and scored. And Hill Murray ties it up. Just 40 seconds later, and Hill Murray ties it up, but now we're all knotted up at 3 apiece. Well, first 2 periods, we only had 3 goals, and we already have 3 goals here in the first 4 minutes of the third period. Face off, one back. Warzeka overskates it. Warzeka picks up the loose puck. Chips it out to center ice, but nobody's there. Well, Hill Murray gathers the puck on their own end. Their lead pass too far. Krebs will pick up the loose puck. Krebs, cross ice to Brody Johnson. He can't pick that up out of midair. And Hill Murray will chip it up in from the neutral zone. Krebs, cross ice to Carter Lee. Carter Lee up ahead to Brody. He can't go to skate on it. So Eli Stanks it up. Carter Lee throws it on net. And the goaltender just missed it. Larson off the bench. Steps up to hold it in. Carter Lee's shot. The goaltender made a glove save, but it trickled over his glove and just outside the cross, offside the post. Hill Murray back out to center ice. Now Hill Murray in their own zone. Puck on the forecheck. Hill Murray sends it back out to center ice. Krebs will try to throw it in, but that'll go off a Hill Murray stick up and out of play. 9:34 left here in the third period, all tied up at 3 apiece. Face off coming to center ice. Larson steps up on the red line and dumps it in. Gustafson in, giving chase on the forecheck. Centering pass, comes out to the point. Larson's shot, blocker save. Cook with it. Cook leaves it for a Gustafson. And Hill Murray flips that one up into the rafters, so we'll get a whistle here in the Hill Murray zone. Shankin to take this face off. Chandler leaves it for Larson to point, but he can't handle it, and he'll have to chase it down on his own end. Larson up ahead to Chandler. Chandler settles things down, goes cross ice to the other side to Packle. Packle. Now Skank in on the forecheck down low. Skank Leaves it far side for Larson. Larson chips it into the corner. Hill Murray. Long stretch pass up ahead. That's intercepted by Klosterman. Hill Murray back to their own end. They get up to the red line and dump it in deep. Klosterman battles in the corner. Tackle able to chip it out. Hill Murray back to center ice. Their cross ice pass off the mark. Now picked up by Skank. He'll leave it to tackle. Chip back the other way by Hill Murray. Hill Murray sends it up to center ice. Spuds working back across ice up through the neutral zone. Chandler sends it up ahead, and that'll be icing on Moorhead. Just under 8 minutes remaining here, all tied up at 3 apiece. Face off coming to the right of Chase Olsen. Face off. Krebs banks it off the boards out to center ice. Hill Murray turns around back into the zone. Side step there. Shot just goes wide of the net. Centering pass. Olsen got his stick on that one. Blocked up. Quick shot there. Saved by Olsen. Now dumped in. Now Krebs picks up the loose puck and gets it up ahead to Carter Lee. Carter Lee up to Brody Johnson. Brody Johnson continues to battle. He gets a level on the side of the net after all his hard work. Krebs steps up, holds it in. Carter Lee holds it for a moment. El Murray takes it away. Long lead pass too far, picked up by Krebs. Krebs up off the boards. Brody Johnson, and penalty coming up against Hill Murray. Interference, I believe, the call. Interference, yep. Brody Johnson was on his way to the puck, and the player just stuck out his elbow because he knew Brody Johnson had to jump on him. So Spud's back on the power play. Skank loses the face-off. Hill Murray sends it around the other direction. Packle able to pick it off. Now Packle will settle things down. Gets up to Krebs at the point. Back to Krebs at top. Shot wide of the net. Hill Murray loose with it along the corner. Warzeka steps up. Warzeka tries to chip it into the corner. Hill Murray gets to it. Krebs holds at the blue line. Shot and glove save by the goaltender for Hill Murray. Hill Murray wins the faceoff. Krebs able to hold. Then down to Packle. Now feeds it to Skank. Skank skates it to the near side. Hands it off to Chandler. Now Skank unable to control it, and it comes out, and he'll have to retrace the steps out zone. Lead pass up to Krebs. That gets deflected up into the rafters out of play. And face-off coming at center ice. .6:15 remaining here in the third period. All knotted up in 2 apiece. Bud's on the power play. Klosterman goes cross ice for Larson. Larson looking for a winger on the point, but over there. Hill Murray sends it up. Klosterman now to Brody Johnson. Brody chips it in. Carter Lee. That pass goes off of the Hill Murray skate. Now Larson steps up, throws it into the near corner. Carter Lee leaves it for Walter. Walter tried to feed it back to Carter Lee, but that was intercepted. And Hill Murray clears it. All the way down to Olsen. Chase will play it up to Klosterman. And that's an offside against Hill Murray. Nothing like a little Neil Diamond on a fun Saturday afternoon. 5:38 remaining here in the third. But still got 34 seconds remaining on the power play. Face off one back to the Spuds. Krebs with it. Ooh, his pass takes a weird bounce off the boards. Brody gets it ahead to Warzeka. Warzeka taps it in deep. Carter Lee behind the net. Warzeka blocks that pass. Walters shot. Blocker save. And finally, Hillmayer will be able to clear. Krebs back at center ice. He'll leave it for Brody Johnson. Brody tips it up ahead. Now stolen away by Walter. Hill Murray back with it. Braden Chandler fresh off the bench. And Hill Murray back to full strength. Just under 5 minutes remaining here in the third. And Moorhead's offsides by a step. Chandler trying to get the jump, but Packle was still trying to get out of the zone. All knotted up here at 3 apiece. Packle sends it back to Klosterman. Klosterman is passed to Chandler, intercepted. Now Hill Murray dumps it in deep. They'll give chase down in the far corner. Drop pass to the trailer. Knocked out of the air. Skank with it. Skank chips it out to center ice. Tackle stays onside. Skank rolls in deep with it. Tries a centering pass, but nobody there but a Hill Murray defender. Larson able to hold at the point. Now Packle on the near side. Quickly throws a shot, then goes off the body of a player. And finally tipped loose by Hill Murray. And that one's going to go the distance for an icing. 4:02 remaining here in the third. All tied up at 3 apiece. 3 early goals in the period. Face-off will come here to the right of the Hill Murray goaltender. Hill Murray wins the face-off. Back behind the net. Cook on the forecheck in the corner. Now Cluck in to give it the body check along the board. Cluck in causing havoc down low. Well, Walter steps up front. Shot there. Backhander softly on net. Goaltender steers that to the corner. Now Walter up top. Leaves it for Krebs. Krebs shot. Deflected high. Cluck with it. Cluck back out top to Krebs. Krebs shot. That one deflected just wide of the net off of a skate or two. And now Hill Murray finally able to gain control. They're able to push it out to center ice. They got 2-on-2. Poke check there away by Warzeka. Bud's not able to clear. Shot on net. Glove saved by Olsen. And Warzeka will just send that the icing to get an icing. Bud's needed a change. 3:05 left here in the third. All knotted up at 3 apiece. Face off coming to the left of Olsen. Loose puck picked up out the face-off. Brody Johnson gets it up ahead to Carter Lee. Carter Lee sidesteps one player. Up ahead, unable to sidestep the second one. They're unable to clear. Skank will send it in as Carter Lee touches up. Now Hill Murray, exit pass. That's blocked by Larson. Murray picks up the loose puck at center ice. They drop off at the blue line. Pass to the near corner. And now Larson leads the charge outside the zone. Brody Johnson goes cross ice. Larson will chip it in. Now tackle in. Bill Murray up ahead. Klosterman pokes that away. Now he leads the charge up for Carter Lee. Tackle. Centering pass, and there's an offsides on Packle. He couldn't quite hang on to the puck. Carrying it into the blue line. 1:56 remaining here in the third. Braden Chandler in to take this face off. Squirts into the Hill Murray zone. They hustle back for it. They go across ice behind the net. Now back over to the far corner. Winger there to pick it up on the board for Hill Murray. Out to center ice. That's intercepted by Packle. He'll dump it in from the red line. Puck loose along the boards. Step up by Krebs. Krebs. Shot, save, rebound. Chandler got denied on the back door. Braden Chandler had a back door that was wide open. The goaltender made a diving save. Orzeka steps up to chip it out. Hill Murray able to hold it in. Now it's whacked out of midair. Up ahead now to Packle. Packle finds it ahead to Chandler. Pass was just behind him. He couldn't quite catch up to it. It bounced off his stick. Now Orzeka loses it. Hands it out to Packle. Packle chips in the zone. We're under a minute remaining here in the third. All tied up at one apiece. Spuds chip it out. The icing's waved off. Seems like a rather late call, but nonetheless. Well, Hill Murray leads up the other direction. Number 20, one-on-one. Poke checked away by Krebs. Centering pass. Loose up front. Shot. Off the post. Packle tried to spring Chandler. Long lead pass blocked by Hill Murray. He'll chip it in. Krebs. Cross ice pass gets intercepted by Hill Murray. Moorhead chips it up ahead. Brody Johnson chips it into the zone. Under 5 seconds remaining. Hill Murray will hang on to it. And that is the end of regulation. So after 3 complete periods of play, we're all knotted up at 3 apiece. And that's the way it will look like we'll end it. So from the Sears Arena here, Moorhead and Hill Murray skate to a 3-3 tie here on Saturday morning. We're going to do another handshake. All right. So Moorhead gets the first game of the contest last night on a 4-3. They skate to a 3-3 tie here today. And that's the end of our action here for Junior Gold this weekend. Join us next weekend as we travel to the Metro Cities area with 4 games, 1 on Friday night, 2 Saturday, 1 Sunday. So thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a wonderful Sunday afternoon and a happy Super Bowl Sunday. And we'll see you next weekend at the rink.